Hey guys, it's me, the real Dr. Venkman, RDV. Tonight, Engeltine and Gail are celebrating their, I believe, their 13th anniversary. Don't quote me on that. All I know is it's their wedding anniversary. He's being a husband. Bravo! Congrats to them. Well, I'm going to introduce the cast because tonight we're going to be reading Detective Comics 476, and with me to read, as always, Marania St. Cloud. She's every woman in the world. And in comic form.
Good evening, everyone.
And next we have Eric Breen, the narrator.
Can we speed it up? I'm double parked.
You should have thought about that before we did the stream, okay? Just saying. And last but not least, because he is the most trusty person you'll ever know, Trusty, the clown sidekick of crime.
Hello, Venkman.
Hello, clown. Trusty clown.
Trusty the clown.
Trusty the clown.
I got a hankering for some pork products.
If you read it as Krusty the Clown the whole entire night, I'm going to die.
I'll die too.
Oh, Marge, I don't think we can do this anymore.
I need some throat coat tea if I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Hello to our one viewer, Eloise.
And two.
Oh, hold on. I got to put my phone on no of 3.
Good evening, Ed. And Eloise.
Hello to our one viewer. Well, it wasn't me.
That wasn't me either.
That was me.
Nope. Okay.
Hello to Ed Brewer.
My phone's past its sell-by date, so it does things like turns the volume up, and I've got gremlins.
I'm using an iPhone 7, so they're on 12 now, probably 13 soon. So until it dies, I'm not trading up. All right. So tonight, as I explained, we are going to be reading Detective Comics issue number 476, which I believe came out. What year was this?
1977.
Yes, because it says 1937 hyphen, so it could be any date after that.
Well, that's when.
I know when it first started, though.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we might as well just jump right into it. We got 6 people watching, and then we don't want to lose them right away. So, all right, without ado, jump right into this.
Come on.
Read issue. All the things behind the scenes you're not supposed to see or seeing now. Oh, this isn't good.
Uh-oh.
There it goes.
Zach did it to us.
It's always Zach. I don't like that guy. And the reading mode. Boom. All right.
We ready?
I'm ready. Are
I'm
you
ready.
ready?
I'm ready.
Batman's Detective Comics. The Sign of the Joker.
Wow, he has this Joker grin on his face.
I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
In a world where, an almost legendary figure, the cowled shadow of the Batman prowls through the night, preying upon criminal parasites like the winged creature whose name he has adopted. But this night, a parasite has remained maddeningly elusive. The Joker, arch criminal to the world, has threatened death for men whose only offense was failing to follow the crime clown's lunatic logic. Batman, created by Bill Finger, with credit taken by Bob Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw you, Bob Kane.
Hey, wait a second. I did all the work. Steve Englehart, writer. Marshall Rogers, penciler. Terry Austin, inker. Milton Snappen, letterer. Marshall Rogers, colorist. Julius Schwartz, getting in the way. He claims a percentage of all fish sales in the country because he caused the fishes' faces to resemble his own. You see, you don't understand that any better than the Copyright Commission did, but one of them has already died this night. and the night is far from finished. 3 a.m. in a blinding rainstorm. I don't like the feel of it, O'Hara. It's Joker weather.
True, Commissioner, but it's also tailor-made. For him.
Sign of the Joker. Well, our preparations are complete, but they were before that darn jackanapes killed G. Carl Francis at midnight. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old for this job. I can't shake the feeling that no matter what we do...
Now, Commissioner, don't be talking like that. You've always put the Joker behind bars in the end. It ain't our fault the death penalty don't apply to crazies. Besides, you don't want to be scaring the lad we're here to protect. Mr. Jackson's holding up quite well, considering.
I guess you're right. But we'll find out soon enough. It's almost 3.
Creek.
What was that?
That was me.
Oh,
No, that was Commissioner.
that was our first ad lib of the issue.
Oh, sorry.
Williamson. Oh, it's just Ernest, Commissioner. My cat. He's been out prowling since before you arrived. He's harmless. That's as it may be, Jackson. But look what he's got in his mouth. My God, a Joker fish. There's something wrong. The fish has affected him. Ernest, outside.
Wow.
It's the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, dear God.
Good Lord.
Bad pussy. Get away. Ah!
Wow.
It's pushy galore.
Oh, dear Lord.
Saints preserve us! The sign of the Joker! That hideous grin!
That's you, Vangman, actually.
Oh, is it me? Okay, didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Oh, no, that
Saints
was-
preserve us. The sign of the Joker.
No,
Oh.
I read that. You're that guy's pretending. That guy's actually Batman in disguise.
the Fiend got him.
I see. I've never read this
Okay.
book. That fiend got him, despite all our precautions. He got Jackson. Even Madden, the cat, knew his master. It was the one thing I overlooked when I proposed trading faces.
You killed him, Batman.
I could have been Nicolas Cage, but I chose this guy.
Mhm.
This isn't approved by the Comics Code Authority. Always an angle, Batman.
Hold on, I need to go change in a phone booth.
Hello there, Batman! Thomas Jackson is dead, as I vowed, but I still don't have my legal claim to my Joker fish. If that doesn't change by dawn, the next commission member will feel my wrath. The Joker has spoken!
And from somewhere nearby, too. No TV station is broadcasting at this hour. So he must be jamming the frequency on his own transmitter. Bought at Radio Shack. I'll be in touch.
The Joker's laugh has been likened to raining ice cubes. And that's just what the dank December deluge feels like as the Batman swings into action.
It's really dank.
Freed now of his binding disguise, his blood singing in his veins, the Batman returns to his element. I'm singing in my veins. And then
Eh? That shimmering form. It looks like Hugo Strange.
But when 6 pounding strides carry him into the woods,
Gone. Or was he ever here? He's been missing so long. I almost sure he bought it.
and indeed, Strange is dead, but his murder at Rupert Thorne's orders has so far escaped detection. Julie,
Thanks, Julie.
in the
What a
way.
beautiful voice.
I'm a beautiful woman.
Julie, your cruise director.
No footprints. The grass isn't even bent. Wait, a minute. What's this? What's this? What's this? Vaporing in Gotham City. Oh, no more vaping.
It's the bat vapor analysis meter. Beyond any doubt, he knows this was left here for him. But who left it? How? And why? His own words, only hours old, come back to him now. Carried on the rising wind that plasters his cowl across his corded neck.
My world goes crazy sometimes.
And in another part of that world, in the crime clown's new hacienda,
Laugh, clown, laugh, and laugh again. The police are completely at bay. The Batman is baying at the moon. No one can beat the Joker. Soon now, soon they'll see it my way. They'll know I mean what I say. Today the American fish, and tomorrow all the fish in the world. But what if everybody stops eating fish? I hadn't thought of that. What if they all conspire against me? Leave my Joker fish in the sea? No, that would never work. The vegetarians wouldn't go along. And anyway, I could use my chemicals on the cattle. Joker burgers! Outrageous!
a man that mad is worth more space, but we have other men to meet before dawn. So it is that we turn.
You know, they missed a pun right there. They could have put a meat, M-E-A-T. But, oh well.
To Rupert Thorne, political boss of Gotham City, and his hitchhiking passenger, Silver St. Cloud.
We must be close to Akron. We've been driving nearly 4 hours since he picked me up. I guess I should have gotten out at the first gas station, gone back to fix my car, but I don't need my car. I need time to think about Bruce and me. Who cares where I am if it's not Gotham? What am I going to do? I'm sure Bruce is the Batman, and I should summon up the nerve like I always have before and deal with whatever happens. But I can't. It's like learning he's secretly Robert Redford. If he's really the Batman, and he hasn't wanted to tell me, he must have a good reason.
Thank God this skite doesn't talk much, but if I could hear her in a monologue, she's going on like Mysterio in Spider-Man 13.
Ugh.
I need the company, but I ain't shape to keep up a conversation. It was a mistake to take that car myself and leave Sergeant Stark behind. But when the ghost threatened me, well, I'm tough.
Ghostmaker? What?
Not for 40 years, kid, and it's a pale imitation. Don't look, Zach. I've always been tough, but I put my hand right through his body. He said the next time he appeared, I'd, but he won't show. Not the dame would get it with me. He has some kind of crazy code of honor. Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock. Here now, the news.
She's my protection.
Good morning. The Joker is back in the headlines. Gotham City was rocked overnight by 2 sensational murders, both allegedly the handiwork of the Ace of Knaves. In each case, police and the Batman were warned in advance. But
Shove the Batman, buddy.
I wasn't finished.
You are now.
Huh?
Let me tell you something, young lady. Harumph. I always wanted to say harumph. As the president of the Gotham City Council, I dare say your town would be a lot better off without the Batman. That one man is the cause of all the city's problems.
Now, just a minute. You're not supposed to be so lily-white yourself, boss. The way I hear it, you and your council have been grafting off Gotham for years. You've got a whole political machine to keep you elected by hook or by crook.
Nice pants.
Mm-hmm.
Crime pays.
Not for good pants.
Young lady, I don't have to stand for this. Young lady, I'm due some respect. I'm the president of the...
Nobody who puts the Batman down is due anything. I bet you're behind the campaign to have him thrown out of town. Thorne, that one man has given his life to Gotham, the city, the people. He's our avenging angel. They say nobody cares about the city anymore, but he does. He...
Remember what I said about that skirt not talking too much? Boy, was I wrong. Get out. Get out, you dumb broad. If you're not going to make me a sandwich, I don't need this aggravation. Take your bleeding heart and get out.
Cool your engines, Thorne. I'm getting.
Get faster.
Well, what now, Silver?
Should have brought a raincoat.
Guess I'll check out that glow over there. What luck. There's someone up at this hour.
It's Eric Breen.
Mm-hmm.
What's the trouble, lady?
Mister, can I charter your plane?
There'll be somebody else hitching. How was I to know she was a hero worshiper? Stupid scoit. I'm running from a ghost, darn it. Why am I saying darn it? What kind of... Give me some peace at least. There'll be somebody else. Hopefully someone with cleavage this time. There. What?
It's Earthworm Jim, Hugo Strange.
It's Lorenzo Sleestack.
He's got Pixel's thumb. Ah!
I was waiting for you. If I would turn the page faster, if you would die first.
Ah!
My spirit couldn't rest until we settled our score, Rupert Thorne. Now we shall both rest in peace.
2 hours later, back in Gotham City, just before a wintry East Coast dawn. That's probably O'Hara for Batman.
Did you get any sleep? Okay.
Go.
Together.
Yeah.
Did you get any sleep, Commissioner?
A little, thanks. 45 minutes or so. Ugh. I can't pull these all-night tours anymore like you. And why should I, when the Joker's is as dependable as clockwork? Dawn, he said. Dawn it'll be.
Perhaps. But he makes his preparations ahead of time, just like we do. We're prepared.
You know, I was dreaming about my days on the beat. Boss Thorne had just been elected for the first time, and he came to me.
You!
What the? Batman, have you gone crazy? That's one of our boys.
No, Commissioner. It only looks like him.
Listen to the man, Gordon. I knew you'd have all the cat doors plugged this time, so I came to do the job myself. Live and in person, the Caliph of Clowns, the Grand Mogul of Mountebanks, the one and only Joker! Pre-recorded for this time zone.
His badge! Squirting! Something! Look out!
Acid, Chief! A single drop spells doom! In such a manner would I have struck my victim down as I pretended to protect him.
I know now that it was Joker. Until the analyzer responded to you, all I had was a hunch.
But the Batman has his own chemical games. It was the gas Hugo Strange sprayed me with, wasn't it? That's how you knew.
At Hugo's auction in issue 472, JS.
On the episode of Lost. Hugo. A hunch that whoever left it in, for me, meant it to be of help.
What's the matter? Bat got your tongue? You're always a party poop, just when I'm beginning to have fun.
Onto the rain-slick fire escape scrambles the Joker, narrowly avoiding the Batman's clutching arms.
Catch me if you can!
And even as the Dark Knight takes the dare.
Oh my God.
Look at her butt.
Becky?
Nice weather for fish, don't you think? I'm so in tune with the times. Next week, I'm licensing this face to rock bands.
Laugh now, cry later, Joker.
I'll laugh until you hit bottom. How's that? Clup.
Ugh.
Batman, hang on. The cabbie knew where to find him. The Joker announced it to the world. But I never expected this.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. And all mashed.
Have I come back to Gotham just to see Bruce die?
You could pull out a gun and shoot him.
Like Scott Evil.
This is where my camera gets in the way. Don't call your potatoes before they're hatched, madman.
The fire escape shudders under the impact of the Batman's blow. The Joker staggers towards the edge of eternity.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then, with his phenomenal cat-like grace, he holds on.
You can't beat the Joker, fool. The Joker is Trump. I'm gonna be huge. In the old days, court jesters were held in high esteem. Even the kings envied their freedom to do whatever came into their heads. Everything goes to pot.
He's looking for more secure footing. In some ways, he's as sane as anybody. Except for going after him. Except me for going after him. Dear God, it's late. I forget. Forgive me.
The storm brooded for days before breaking, but now there's no holding it back. Great sheets of water pound down like crashing ocean waves, smearing the sight of Silver St. Cloud as she fights to peer upward into the storm's full fury. Smearing her sight, but never completely obliterating what she sees.
Lovely weather for fish, isn't it? Or did I say that?
Joker, you lunatic. There's no place you can go from here.
I could go over your dead body, Batman. I want you to hear all my best lines before you do your dive into the damp sponge.
His badge. The acid.
A sudden, desperate lunge. And then, all at once,
Yoinks!
There goes a man I don't care about. Oh well. Right into the plunge. Does the water get tainted by him, or does he get tainted by the water?
Good question.
long moments later.
No sign of anyone crawling out of the river anywhere along here. Can he really be gone? At long last? I've thought that before and been wrong. Well, he's finished for now.
Batman.
Not now, woman. Silver. And gold.
Batman, please, don't say anything. I have something to say to you. Uh-oh. Maybe I know what you wanted me to say the other night about what I've learned of you. Maybe I came back here to tell you. Maybe I even love you.
Wow, you dress like Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
You have her hair, too.
Silver.
Look at those gams.
Mm-hmm. But just now, I saw the Batman in action, not as a news item on TV, not as a mysterious hero I've always admired. I saw you, the man inside, the man I love. I saw you fighting with a madman, straddling a girder in the blinding lightning storm. I love you, but I couldn't live with that, never knowing what each night would bring. Never knowing when your luck will run out.
Silver.
No, it's over. I can't let it go on any longer. We have to stop before we can't stop. Before we can't. Help.
There's gremlins out here. Do you hear that?
This. Yeah, this.
You gonna finish your line?
She did.
Okay.
Wait, ourselves. Don't call me. Stay away, please, Batman.
Dames, I tell ya.
Batman. Batman. Great news.
You saw that too? Yes, it's great news.
The Ohio State Patrol has picked up Boss Thorne. They say something scared him out of his wits. He's babbling continuously. Every crime he's ever committed since back in Prohibition days. It's like he wants absolution. He's telling everything, including how he and the council tried to get you. You're clear. Dameless, but clear. Batman. In the dawning of a new day, he is gone.
And targeted by Moon Knight.
All right,
Sure is.
that's it. That's the end of this issue.
Well, at least
More
this,
classic Tales of the Dark Knight and these collectible things on sale.
yeah. So at least this time you didn't kill me off. You just broke my character's heart. That's all.
What do you mean? You're the one that dumped my character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she did it because he's
In the
gonna,
middle of his job. You had to
he's-
come to him while he's working in front of his
Yeah.
friends.
he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill himself one day, and she didn't want to see that.
Oh,
Well,
that's
I
funny.
guess you want him staying home knitting booties for little Bruce Jr.
I never said that.
Well, you won't let him go out and be an Avenger of the Night.
All right. We actually cool. We got thank you, Glinzer. Says for $2, it says you all do great voices. Special props for Joker. That is trusty all the way, man.
Yeah,
Thank
trust.
Thank you, Glinzer.
Yeah, yeah.
If you like Trusty's voices, go check him out on the It's a Mad Mod World
Oh my god.
over on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Oh, and he does the best voice for Iron Man that I've heard in a good long time.
For Iron Man?
Yeah, on the West Coast Adventures.
Oh, West Coast Avenger. Okay. I was gonna say we don't read any Iron Man.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Even
I've been
though
told-
I should be leading the team.
Yeah. Arrogant.
I pointed you leader for a reason. Iron Man.
Yeah,
But I'm a
Uh,
star.
yeah, but you blew up the guns and hurt Hawkeye, so you don't deserve to be a leader.
but so like I said, E is gone tonight. We figured we'd just throw a reading up here for there's something on the channel at least, you know. We finished up a reading over on the other channel, the Geeky Puppet Show. Check that out for readings, reviews of TV shows. Zach and I also do the top 5, which we used to do on this channel. We're doing that over on the Geeky Puppet Show on Tuesdays. And then Thursday nights, check out the Thursday night retrospectives with Zach, me, and Eric Breen. We just had Joe Corallo on this last Thursday talking about some more post-crisis DC John Byrne Superman. And not only just John Byrne, but some of the other writers as well.
Mhm.
I had fun doing that. Hope you guys are enjoying everything that we do on this channel. And he also does on Old Man Comics. You've been checked out his Wonder Woman video. Go check that out. He's got an awesome mugshot for a thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what else to say. I mean,
What will you be educating Zach on this week?
I don't know. I
We
think
are
Spider-Man, right?
doing, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16, which is the first appearance of the Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
Hubba.
And we are also going to do the backup story in Spider-Man 248, The Kid Who Collected Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right.
that gets you right in the feels.
Yeah, like I said, like that's I believe those are. I think Roger Stern's the annual, right?
Yes, I think he wrote both stories.
Yeah. Check out Roger Stern's also work over on DC Comics over in especially Superman. It was either I think it was Adventures of Superman, right around there. He wrote a Christmas story about Alice, one of the interns. She had been living in the office, so it's kind of cool. See, I mean, after I read that, I was like, it really almost brought me tears to my eyes. 'Cause I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen somebody put so much heart into it, felt into a story, and it's not propaganda. It's just be good to your everyday man. There's no other hidden subliminal message. It's just be nice to each other. There's people who are less fortunate. You give.
Join us in
Yes.
a comic book world when it was still a meritocracy,
Mm-hmm.
when writers were chosen based on their skills.
Mm-hmm.
Glenzer, I've never read The Day the Avengers Came. I'm not sure how similar that'd be to the Kid Collected Spider-Man. But
I don't remember that story. Can you tell us what issue that was? See if it sparks anything.
yeah. Is it a pun? But is it Electro in there? No.
Mm.
I like I said, I love it when you can actually get a good earnest story. And Roger Stern understood Superman just as he
That would
understood
be a
Spider-Man.
good sternest story.
Yes, he's very stern, but he's to the point.
If there's a pun, I'll find it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Yeah. Captain Stern.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we'll end it in a couple minutes, and then unless you guys want to stay on and talk about other things,
I think I just ended it when I quoted Vanilla Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think most people here under 30 knew who Vanilla Ice is.
Oh, it's a
No, he's generationally bad.
He was just on the cover of Common America. Come on.
Oh, was he? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, they had a special variant with Vanilla Ice on there. I'm not kidding.
He's
I've
like
heard about that.
he's like a DIY like home fixer.
Yeah,
now.
he had. I think he had a
Flips
show for a
homes.
while. I think him and Adam Carolla actually did an episode together. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but that's another thing. Adam guy from the Man Show. He does his own house building and all stuff that too. Shows. Great guy. He says Glincy said it was a bonus story with the Cap, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Cersei team.
Oh.
So that must be old.
Yeah, the other one you should really educate Zach with are those two stories that are related with the Human Torch. You know which ones I'm talking about.
I think it was 282 or 3, something like that.
And then there's one later that circles back. I think with what is his name? The cosmic guy.
No, the Beyonder.
The Beyonder. Yeah. They circle back to that first story, and they retell it, and then he has another thing that happens with kids because of his powers.
Honestly, I'm thinking we need to do a story with the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom.
Yeah, we do. We actually do.
I don't know who we'd want to read his Doom. Trusty with his Joker voice character.
No, he does a really good deep villain voice too. So
Sean Connery Doom.
Yeah.
I wonder what Fantastic Four member I'll be at. All right, I'll be school.
No, you won't.
Reed, darling, look at the new negligee I just bought.
No, you
Boy,
won't.
wowee, is that great?
Ben?
I like that too.
No. You won't, you wild thing, you.
Boy, Ben, do you fill that out?
It's clobbering time.
If you take Susan to me, it will be clobber time.
Well, actually, technically, if we do read a story that has She-Thing in it, he'll have to read it because the gravelly voice.
Oh yeah, that I will let him do because it hurts.
I'm a beautiful woman. Look at me.
It hurts my throat to do the gravelly.
It's clobbering time. What does Alicia not want to hear on the honeymoon, Trebek?
2 rocks to each other.
or rock slides.
I go back to the Frank Cho, The Watcher.
Oh,
The Watch.
Oh,
Alicia Masterman.
That was bad. That's so bad.
Yeah. Unless you guys have any other requests too, because we do release on Fridays and also over on Sundays, so on the Geeky Puppet Show, as well as we read Friday readings here on Fridays. Those who actually have any suggestions for our issues, we could read some of those. Just let us know.
Just
remember,
post in the comments once this video goes up.
This Friday, we're doing the Immortal Classic America issue 5.
Oh, dear.
Oh yeah, on this channel,
starring your boy as America Chavez.
Yes.
And Englundine as Kate Bishop, the real Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
God, crap! Who am I gonna be then?
You can be the girlfriend that sticks America.
Okay, then I'll be the dog.
I thought you were boycotting this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not boycotting.
Oh, sorry, Megman. You're the dog.
Woof.
No, I just said I wasn't going to read America or Kate Bishop.
Wait, you mean the old Hawkeye isn't in this at all? It's just
it's
replacement Hawkeye.
It's replacement Hawkeye.
It's
It's Gogurt Hawkeye.
and it's like I'm cringing already. Yes.
It will be that bad.
Crime Syndicate. You mean like the DC ones? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Who's Crime
If you have a particular issue, go ahead or recommendations at all, or if Breen does. I mean, I don't mind. Puppeteen will be back this week, so he'll be joining the cast again. Unfortunately, so someone will get pumped off.
No, it's not going to be Cinco de Mayo.
He's gonna take 3 rolls. He's
So
been eating a lot.
Cinco de Mayo is Thursday, so it'll be
Right.
Yep. Tomorrow night on which technically I guess is what time is it now? Is it?
it's still Sunday.
Okay, it's still Sunday. We're gonna have I guess another open mic night.
Open mic.
Nothing that I can think of to really talk about, but pretty much just come here and just vent your frustrations. We'll talk about the main topic for 30 seconds and then we'll move on.
Tuesday on Geeky Puppet will be.
Yeah.
Are you doing that solo this week?
I'm not doing anything solo this week.
The top 5.
Oh, Tuesday? No,
Tuesday.
Top 5 Tuesday. I believe Zach is still going. Is going to be joining me for that. There was talk because he's going to have to start making more hours at work, so he'll be able to do that on Tuesdays, which is fine. I'll just do my top 5s by myself.
Yeah, and then Thursday will be the retrospective and the best books of the week.
Although I thought about it, like we could do the top 5 books that Breen doesn't want.
Top 5 books that make Breen cringe every week.
The most anticipated, the least anticipated stream on Monday nights.
So what book are you least looking forward to? Yes.
Iron Man number 19. Iron Man number 22. So.
Will the fossils be doing anything special for May the 4th?
Why do you have to bring it up?
You should.
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
I don't know.
I would suggest
And honestly, even if we were planning something special, we would probably forget by Wednesday.
I would say just as general science fiction theme would work.
Here's a question: why didn't Bill Finger make more noise back when Bob Kane was making bank?
He probably couldn't because he probably signed something, and Bob Kane. What I heard was Bob Kane says, "I'll pay you under the table later," and then he never did.
Yeah, probably there's probably no written agreements, but he probably, like I said, didn't he have his illness? He got sick or something like that, so he couldn't really.
My guess is he just wasn't a forceful guy, and
Yeah,
Bob Kane was a larger than life figure, and
he was a showman.
He was a showman, absolutely, and Bill Finger was just the guy that did his work, and he died young, broke. Just he's a tragic figure in this the history of this industry.
I mean, I'm glad that Neil Adams at least got Siegel and Schuster and all got their names on everything going forward.
Yeah. But also I also heard that Mr. Kane also had his daddy and lawyers draw up the contract so that it benefited him.
Oh,
so,
not surprised.
Yeah. Unfortunately, back then it was in 1939 or 38 when they created the 37. 37, yeah, when they created Detective Comics.
No, that was the first issue of Detective Comics. Batman was 2 years later.
Yeah, Batman is 1939.
Yeah,
Superman is 38, and Robin is 1940.
Yeah.
The character find of 1940. Says it right on the cover.
Oh yeah, that where he jumps to the hoop. Yeah.
Any other questions? I don't see anything else, but I think let's wrap this up. Let everybody go to bed early for a change.
We're just going.
Some of us need that more than the rest.
Yes, or go.
Yeah, me, right? You guys, old guys, can stay up for her.
Yeah, go and read some good comics. Go into your back issues.
Yeah.
Read Atari Force.
I gotta read Web of Spider-Man #1 because that's the retrospective we're recording tomorrow.
Ooh, when would that be actually aired?
It's usually about 2 weeks. Yesterday, we released the one from Hulk 171.
Yeah.
And
it's really good too.
Since we went from we went from full story arcs to just single issues, and with the fact that Wes's channel is growing like a weed, the retrospectives are hitting 4 figures in like a day now, and
Oh yeah.
a couple of the earlier ones still haven't gotten there.
Okay, of us, Linzer, I, Eric, and I believe Trusty are East Coast. V is the CST, so he's an hour, but he's an hour behind us on the East Coast, the best coast.
The best coast, East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm from that's new. Virginia. That explains all the crazy accents.
The first colony.
Yeah, that's where my dad used to work. Believe it or not, we lived in Maryland, but he worked in his job sent him to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he worked.
Well, that's no wonder. Yeah, you work with Langley.
No.
Trust me, is.
I'm very close to Langley Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not Langley where the CIA is.
Oh, the one
The one where NASA. The one where NASA is.
Oh.
Yeah. But you can still say you're next to Langley, so no one knows which one you're talking about.
But actually, one place I lived in Maryland was like about a mile or two away from National Bureau of Standards, which is actually a quote target, significant target. They want to hit that for tactical reasons. So I actually live within the radius of, if there was a nucleoid explosion, I would have gotten hit.
Remember, kids, Flash duck under your desk.
Yeah, I don't actually remember seeing those. So that was a little
That was the 50s.
That was a little before Eric's and my time.
Ed's asking a question here. The Spider-Man titles, you always went for ASM, as did everybody else. What's a good Spider-Man title with a great arc? I thought the Spectacular Spider-Man in the 1 to 100 era was a lot of times it was every bit as good as Amazing, because that's the title that concentrated more on Spider-Man and Black Cat's relationship. Mm-hmm. And there's a real good story arc where Dr. Octopus is bound and determined to kill her, and she's in the hospital from where I think he hurt her pretty badly. He's trying to finish her off, and it's really a human story, because it's like the cops trying to protect her, Spider-Man trying to protect her. Back when Jean DeWolf was in the series, and that's a real good arc. I said I would read. I'd get into Spectacular Spider-Man, Ed.
Yeah, that's one series I didn't read that was Spectacular, because I didn't learn about it until I'd already read through that, and then they had one more day, and I was like, oh, there was a Spectacular? I could go back. So I'm going to go back and read that, because at the time, when I learned about it, I had a bad taste in my mouth from that story. So I definitely going to start going back and read some Spectacular. There were some other ones. Wasn't there Untold Tales?
Oh, well, Untold Tales is basically
reprints, right?
Well, no,
wasn't it?
It's the early issues of Spider-Man, and this kind of tells what happens in between the early issues.
The 0.5s.
Well, kind of, but it doesn't really, like Mark Waid did a series with the Caps Kooky Quartet.
Okay.
And he just stepped all over continuity to do it. Untold Spider-Man didn't really do. I mean, it added characters that obviously weren't created, so weren't in the original run.
Yeah.
But it didn't really do. It didn't do any damage to the original run. So it's a fun series and worth checking out.
Yeah, Peter Parker Spectacular, I think, did cross over. And I'm thinking back, I think it did cross over with some of the stories in Amazing.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, towards the 80s, I think.
Yeah, but it started in late 1976.
Yeah.
So that's when they had continuity.
Yeah, and they didn't ignore each other like Friendly Neighborhood and Spider-Man. They weren't even the same Spider-Mans. Yeah. And honestly, Spectacular, when Zdarsky was doing it, had nothing to do with Slott's run either, and or very little. But back then, they had a group editor, and they weren't going to do anything in one book that couldn't fit into the other. So that's
kind of nice, when they actually do that, when they actually care about the reader.
Yeah,
And
and
what you're getting.
I'm not saying it fell apart after issue 100. I'm saying that first
Oh,
100. I mean, well, I was just giving it. Yeah, I'd read all 263 of them. Get back to me next week.
Okay, we do have another question.
Well, I was going to say real quick, I actually enjoyed this quite a lot.
I read a couple issues of that, and it actually wasn't that bad for
Yeah,
being.
it's got-
It's aimed more towards kids than it is.
It's got more manga style art. Takeshi Miyazawa is the artist on the first several issues, and it's really fun, especially the part where Spider-Man actually shows up.
Oh, nice. So
I'm
remember that was
sorry,
coming out.
there was
No,
another question.
Let's say so. Batman and Spider-Man have the most titles.
I do
Now,
not.
I have no idea.
Batman's over 1,000, right? Legacy.
Well, in terms of
Not
Batman,
quite.
Batman and Batman
Close.
allied titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, there's been so many of both. Well, yeah, Batman's kind of skewed now because there's so many of them because that's all DC publishes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got
There-
to be the one with the most mini series.
Yeah.
If
Or
you're gonna read,
specials.
if you're gonna read Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, I'd say read up to the 400s and Amazing, kind of around there.
Yeah.
And you can then Batman, read through the Silver Age, then read through Post Crisis, and then like say stop around 52.
Honestly, with Batman, there's the one we did tonight
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
was
Pick a
kind of an exception rather than the rule because when Denny O'Neil wasn't writing, it wasn't that good. They're great to have for
Bragging rights.
nostalgia or to have in a collection, but it really didn't get good until I would say the tail end of the 70s
Mm-hmm.
when Doug Mensch and Jerry Conway were writing Batman Detective. They brought back Hugo Strange and Boss Thorne, and they had more corrupt politicians, and in both books went back and forth. And honestly, the last 5 years pre-crisis Batman, in my opinion, are better than the first 5 years post.
Here's a question though, because I've been reading the Post Crisis DC, and those titles connect. The Detective and Batman Connect stories.
Yes,
Cool.
they'd go back and forth. Literally, it said, they literally it's like boom, boom,
Go
boom,
the next,
boom, boom.
issue, finish and then
Yeah.
there. That's cool.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that the first 5 years post crisis of Batman weren't really good. Not a huge fan of the Max Allan Collins run, but
Yeah.
it definitely great Jim Starlin story that 10 Nights of the KG Beast or whatever
So
that was.
Frank Miller only did the 4-issue miniseries. He didn't write any other Batmans after that. I mean, as far as series,
he did the Dark Knights, but he also did Year One.
okay.
It was in 404 through 407.
And I
Now
think he
that
had
obviously-
one Christmas story. Or did he just illustrate that?
Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, now
think he might
that
have just
story is
illustrated
better
that
than
one.
anything from the 5 years or the 5 years pre-crisis.
Mhm.
But overall, I said Batman was very, very strong from like 80 to 85.
Yeah, because I figured they would have given him at least a run like he had on Daredevil, at least,
He didn't want it.
Oh, he didn't want it. Oh, because I mean, the Batman Year One was pretty cool, and then so was the other one was the Jason Todd.
No,
Was it
he
just
did the Batman, the Dark Knight Returns, that the 4-issue Prestige series.
Okay.
But actually, Frank Miller, other than his own creation, Sin City, he really hasn't had an ongoing title since he was on Daredevil.
Huh.
I mean,
Why?
other than his own stuff, because he wanted to do his own stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, there is that story about Miller when he was going to do a story about Batman when he realized that he was 29, going to turn 30, and he would be older than Batman because he was perpetually 29. He's like, "This, I can't do this. I have to have an older Batman." That's why when he did the Dark Knight Returns, he made Batman well into his 50s, close to 60. I would guess. Because he wanted to be younger than Batman.
But yeah, Venkman, the three of us can attest that was when that came out.
Wow.
Yeah, that was just it's for a company that had been getting their teeth kicked in before and after.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen. It was just like, yeah.
And the Killing Joke. That was
Because the reason I say it is I mean I love what he did with Daredevil, and I thought it was really cool. I mean, I'd love to see him do. I thought he just did miniseries that were not part of any of the Detective Comics or Batman. They were just separate issues, you know.
Yeah.
Like today, nothing's connected. You just have 6-issue miniseries. Oh, cool! This has nothing to do with anything else that's going on.
Well, like for example, the one we read tonight again.
Yeah.
That the Batman stories that were going on in the Batman books.
Yep.
Silver St. Cloud didn't exist in Batman. The ones at the same time.
Yeah.
I said it was just there was no continuity between Bat titles whatsoever until 1980.
So you're saying for the Batman post-crisis, I should start at what and then go through where?
What, post-crisis?
Yeah, because I've been doing post-crisis. I mean, I'll eventually go back to DC when Silver Age when I get to your age.
Well, the first one, the first issue, I kind of count 400 as the dividing line.
Okay.
But starting at 401 because it's a Legends crossover. Remember Magpie from Man of Steel? She's in issue 401. Then there's a couple of like fill-in issues, and then there's year one. Then the Max Allan Collins starts. And there's a few more, and then they go into the Death in the Family storyline, which is, very well thought of and
very talked about too.
Yeah.
Very popular.
So and then, like I said, it's just Batman was consistently good, but like I said, I mean, I think until it started getting into the events like Nightfall and whatnot, I would take the 5 years pre-crisis.
Yeah, of the big three, Superman, post-crisis, you had John Byrne, spearheading things, and so he was the big name attached there. Then Wonder Woman had George Perez, but Batman didn't really have a single superstar creator that was, really putting their own spin on him.
No, because
that is kind of weird because I would thought they would have been like, this sort.
No, there's a reason for that. One of the things, and the same thing happened in New 52, where basically they changed up everything, but like in the New 52, they said, we're going to leave Batman and Green Lantern pretty much as is. Crisis didn't really mess with Batman too much either, or Green Lantern. So that, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was sales for Green Lantern, because I don't remember being that big of a seller, but Batman wasn't considered as broken as the other two. So they just kind of kept it going the way it was.
John Byrne, did he ever do any Batman books?
He did the art on a miniseries in 1980 called Untold Legend of the Batman. Untold Tales or Untold Legend of the Batman. It's a 3-part series. All right. And I'm sure he had a hand in the writing.
Because he said he went back to Marvel after he was done with Superman, right? He moved back to Marvel.
For a while. Then because he did She-Hulk, then Namor, and then I think in the mid 90s or early to mid, couple years in the 90s, he was back at DC and then back and forth. I think.
I remember there were 3 issues that Byrne worked on. I can't remember if he was the writer or the artist. 3 issues of Batman. They were one story.
Well, that miniseries was 3 issues.
Oh, was that the?
But this was part of the regular continuity.
It was part of regular Batman.
Yeah, it was like what was it? It was like the 3 deaths of the Batman or something like that. I'll have to
I didn't know Byrne was. Was he the writer?
He might have been the writer.
The many deaths of the Batman.
That might have been it. Yeah, that sounds right. Everybody hit Google. Let's find it.
Byrne also do a crossover with
there's John Byrne wrote it
with Batman and Captain America, and they had the Joker and the Red Skull. Is that Byrne or?
Yes, that was all Byrne writing.
Okay, that's what I thought. So
John Byrne, the many deaths of the Batman, he wrote it, and Jim Aparo drew it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I knew he didn't draw it.
Yeah. Follows the activities of a serial killer who murders a number of people dressed in Batman costumes. See, this is why you don't intimidate, or try to pose as somebody who has vast set of skills that you will never hope to attain. No.
It's a particular set of skills.
Well, Batman has a vast. He has more than just particular.
Oh.
He has.
Can you imagine Wolverine and Batman meeting? Wolverine's like, I'm the best at what I do, and Batman's like, yeah, well, I'm the best at everything else.
That's pretty much. Although there was a fan service video, I forget what, maybe it was Bat in the Sun. I don't, but they had Wolverine versus Batman. I think Batman won. I don't know how he won, but it was crazy. He had the wild hair Wolverine with the long gloves.
The Sam Keith version.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Kent Williams.
All right. Comic book creators, characters change their gender. Anime characters stay the same. Ironic how Johns worked mostly on Batman and GL and New 52 series, New 52 stories.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, the many Batman Elseworlds, many forgot about. There is a lot of Batman Elseworlds stories,
Like
or Elsewhere stories.
Batman where he's a vampire, Batman in Gotham Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight is great.
I've heard that's supposed to be really good.
I've never actually sat down and read it, but I've watched the movie, so I don't know if it's any different because I noticed that with Hush they changed it.
I'll have to read it.
But
I haven't seen the movie, but I read that they did change some aspects from the comic. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the DC animated movies are, I gotta say, they're better than the live actions. Although the Batman, I'll just say that actually, wow, like I said, that was actually really good. Adam West did a great job.
Wow.
No, like I said, like I like the Long Halloween. The art style, kind of grew on me. Over in the Geeky Puppet Show, we read all 12 parts, or all 13 issues. I think it is 13 issues.
It's 13 issues. Yes.
I got sick and tired of repeating Carmine Falcone.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Dear God, that was.
I think every issue starts off with that. Whenever they show him and they show his daughter, it's like, okay, we're back to this again. Can I just play a previous clip?
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Yeah, after a while.
But the art style grew on me. I never read the sequel to that.
The one that they did recently?
Dark Victory.
No, the Dark Victory.
Oh, Dark Victory. I haven't read that. No, I've read the newest one though. That was
yeah. And then I never. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, Frank Miller had a threequel that I never read either. That was to he had Batman Year One. They had a Dark Knight Returns. There was one after that, wasn't there?
There were three Dark Knight Returns stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was meh. The third one was awful.
Yeah, and the third one is where I think Carrie finally, spoilers, becomes Batman.
Ah.
But yeah, that was absolutely phoned in.
Yep. Legend of the Batman series is a good short stories collection. Yeah, she was in Legend of the Dark Knight. Isn't that what E was selling on the channel for a while? Yeah. Those are usually 1 or 2 issue stories.
Well, anywhere from 1 to 6, and it gave creators a chance to tell their stories without. Yeah, it was just a place for them all to do that, and then, and also when the event got so big that they needed every book, they used that in some of the like there was. The Nightfall story and No Man's Land, I know, both crossed over into Legends.
Yeah, those first few stories were all 5 issues. It was like that was the thing; they had to be 5 issues, but they didn't maintain that pattern for very long.
No.
Yeah, the No Man's Land stories. I read through all of that. I think I have like 100 issues left.
It's
I got the last trade to go through, the last omnibus, and I was reading through it. It's like the different. Chuck Dixon was a great writer, still is a great writer. Rucka was a great writer, not so much today in certain things, but I couldn't believe it. I was just reading. I think it was there was Dixon or it was Rucka had Nightwing saving, rescuing a mother and a child from a crevice that opened up during the earthquake, and it was flooding. And I was like, "Holy crap! Where is this today?" It was like, there was no propaganda and that stuff. It was just save people. That's it.
The Cataclysm portion of No Man's Land is maybe the best. That or Final Night, where you read those books and you felt like you were there.
No,
I mean, literally edge of your seat reading. And like I said, the only problem I had with No Man's Land is, I said, it's a superhero universe. His Justice League buddies could have come in and cleaned it up.
Yeah, I know that too. So I look at it kind of like an Elseworlds. That's the way my perspective.
Well,
where's Superman? Superman could have flew in, found people with X-ray vision. You could have had the Flash. You could have had all those people coming in, but it was just remained the Gotham, So I was like the Bat Family story. So I was like, okay, maybe they're off-world.
Well, that's it. My mental editor tells me the rest of the Justice League was off-world. But why they
didn't join them?
Why they didn't?
They were off on Apocalypse or something.
Why they didn't, come in and help
They're
when
on
they got back?
Yeah, the cafe sipping tea.
If you read that as like the Christopher Nolan, Batman universe, where there are no other superheroes, but because I think there is one story in No Man's Land where Superman does come to Gotham and Batman doesn't want his help or something like that. That's the only thing the one thing I give Tom King credit for is when he did Batman, he was the first Batman writer to have Batman call the Justice League in to help with something in Gotham. Why they hadn't been doing that for 60 years is beyond me. So I do
stubborn old man. Because otherwise, he was like, "Oh, Batman is always calling for help." Then,
well, I know why they don't, but it's just again, like I said, for the same reason why they should never have brought 9/11 into comic book continuity, because supervillains do worse things on a daily basis.
Yep.
And and in a comic book universe, that second plane doesn't get anywhere near it. Let's be honest. So again, because that's what Wildstorm had a series like that. Yeah. It lasted 50 years or 50 issues. Tony Harris did all the art. And in this story, they stopped the second plane. And I noticed somebody threw the title up. I'm just having a brain
Ex Machina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I read. I mean, I had fun reading through the No Man's Land because I can go at my own pace. I would have hated it being, reading it as it goes on. It's like, it's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. it's like having 5G never go away.
You kind of didn't want it to, though.
It was good.
It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, they had their own stories going to different titles that weren't connected at all. But I mean, I liked the Jean-Paul Valley was actually an interesting story. That was one of the stories they had thrown in there.
Yeah, well,
him going after some,
he was going insane while he was, I mean, again, I'm not sure if giving him the mantle was the smartest thing to do at the time.
Robin's like, I don't want it.
No, he didn't.
I mean, giving him the title, giving him the name, just set it up so Batman could just beat the crap out of him at the end.
Yeah, obviously.
That was the goal. I was like, he's gonna screw this up tremendously and just get his ass kicked all glorious, all over the splash page, and like it's just gonna be great. But yeah, you had him, and then you had remember I think that's the opening story. You had Catwoman in there, and I think she was robbing something, and then when the earthquake happened, she was robbing a museum or something. She was she instead of running away, she stood behind and actually started helping people, rescuing officers and other people. Oh, that was like, wow, showing that she's not truly heartless. I think that was the beginning of her becoming an anti-hero. in a sense.
No, actually, that one.
Or was
they
that before this?
started that pre-crisis actually,
Mm.
because they did a storyline where she got so jealous of Vicky Vale that she was going to kill her, and then they from like that point forward they kind of reversed course with her, and she was
Because
like when we were reading the Legends storyline, Batman makes a reference to the Joker, saying I should kill you for what you did to Catwoman.
yep.
She'd already started to come around by then.
So I know they had Hush was after this, I believe.
Yeah, it was long after that.
Long after this. So, but you get the sense that she didn't know that Bruce. I mean, I don't know if in the sense she didn't know that Bruce Wayne was Batman, but she know that she couldn't figure out where Batman was. And then when she saw Jean-Paul Valley come up in there and they had a crossover with Nightfall, you could tell her it's like, who the frick is that person? and then just like every reader, he fell in love with her.
Yeah, well, Catwoman knowing who Batman is has changed about as many times as Aunt May knowing who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
So as far as like, I've long lost count of track of when she knew. So I think she knew in pre-crisis, post-crisis, but it's like I don't know if the knowledge went with her. Yeah, so who knows?
Who knows? Like I said, I think he's retconned. I've never read Superman 1,000,000, so that'd be Eric.
Well, 1,000,000 was a month-long thing DC did where all the titles that were being published had an issue 1,000,000. I don't recall any of them leaving an impression.
Yep.
And I don't do impressions. My trade is in psychiatry.
He's not allowed to let the voices out. There's many voices.
And don't call me Shirley.
Yes.
The last guy, not so good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Undead Quinn saying The Legend of the Dark Knight when Batman came to Gotham was such a fun issue. MK saying that Batman doesn't like having help. He's a loner. When Menace threatened the entire Earth, why didn't the other heroes, even villains, help? I always wondered about that.
One of the few times someone did that was 50 years ago. Same writer we did tonight, Steve Englehart, the Avengers Defenders War.
Mm-hmm.
All the heroes came together, and there was a page where it was taking place all over the universe. So, Dracula was fighting him, Thanos was fighting him. Now, Thanos is in one panel. This is back when he was a nobody.
Yep.
And they did, like, Doctor Doom was fighting him in Latveria, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that does not. You would think that there's some menaces that kind of need everybody's help, but it doesn't happen enough.
No. Anyone reading Flashpoint Batman or Will curious about? I read the first, I guess, issue 0, and I was like, okay, all right. We'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm not excited about it. I'm more excited about the fact that they're giving it a Stargirl 6-issue miniseries. To me, and it's by Jeff Johns. So, but then again, I'm holding my breath. Not really holding my breath. I mean, I'm just kind of like, if it turns out to be great, cool. But right now, DC and Marvel have both proven that they just don't want to go full into basically pleasing the older readers. They want to appease the people who don't read comic books. And so you get these 6-issue miniseries, or sometimes you get 8, and it's just like, the miniseries are the ones that should be the ongoing. I don't understand it. The Blue and Gold just ended. Why isn't that an ongoing? You cancel his Batman Beyond, went for 50 issues. They're bringing I Am Batman.
Well, the reason why it's not is because Blue and Gold, the writer has the wrong politics, so he's not gonna ever be given anything.
Dan Jurgensen? Oh yeah, I guess so.
And there's no identity politics in his work. That's a detraction now for the powers that be. And I don't mean to sound cynical, but that's they're courting an audience they've never been able to get in large numbers, but they also if you are a comic book fan and you do lean far left, they sign off on anything progressive because they know they don't have a choice. You have to agree.
I mean, I
So
would
they get the
allegedly kill.
validation that way. But yeah, the fans that want good storytelling, yeah, that's so far down the depth chart now. It's
I would
just be grateful for the few that we get.
Yeah, I would. I mean, honestly, I would love Dan Jurgens' Justice League Beyond. The way he set it up. If you haven't read the Batman Beyond series he did, that went from 2016. This ended a couple years ago. Wow, that is. He was setting up. He even had Wonder Woman come in, and Terry's invited to join the Justice League. And he was kind of like he kind of looked because he kind of interacted with Bruce, and he's like, and then Bruce is like, well, it's just like the animated series where Terry's like, if you need me, I'll be there, but Gotham needs me first. He's kind of like still the same. But I would love to see you could have villains from the show, but you can also have your chance to get the new villains out. DC, you want to create new villains? Go ahead. Don't retcon things. It's very like, oh, we have like people here like Ghostmaker.
Not much chance of that ever happening.
I know. Again, his creativity has gone out the window.
Well, no, I said the Justice League, eventually you'll get the original ones back, but as far as like shifting membership, there's not gonna you're never gonna see them take chances. It's always going to be the recognizable names, or it's going to be the Burger King Kids Club version that's taking over now.
The Batman.
I did not, MK.
I watched the animated movie once again, and it had the kid from Jimmy Neutron playing, or I guess he was playing the voice of Robin, and he said, "Hi guys!" It was like really high, but it's not Dick Grayson, it's Damian. His character is not like, guys, you can't do that. He's not. They just turned him from being a badass and just sounded like a wuss.
I did actually read a Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. They had it at our library here in town, and I really enjoyed it. And the reason I read it is because somebody on one of these channels said it was really good.
It wasn't me because I haven't read it yet.
The artwork was terrific.
Had to have been the old guy.
The story wasn't bad either.
The guy's not here. No. Like I said, I've been trying to get into more of the DC stuff lately. Some of the older stuff. Marvel, I'm kind of dipping out on that. I'm only reading the Hulk book because, well, it has Ryan Ottley doing the art. I don't really care for Kate's story with the Hulk thing, but Ryan Ottley drawing the Hulk is like it's like Invincible with Hulk and guest starring.
Oh yeah, the art is amazing.
That's a good match.
The art is amazing, but the story.
Yeah.
You guys, I need to say goodnight.
Yeah,
I think we should.
We're gonna call it anyway. Yeah, it's because I'm the only one who's probably gonna stay up, other than Maranya.
Yeah, but we got.
But I don't want to be talking to her for the next 15 hours out here.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, wait a second. I don't think you thought that one through.
The next 15 hours on here on a live stream.
Well, we're
gonna do that shit behind a pay screen.
You know how you made that sound.
How to make it sound?
No, I don't want to talk to Maranya.
You can interpret as much as you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Interpret the same way Maranya just did.
And Maranya knows that. I love her. She's a great person.
I know.
Unlike the guy down there in blue. He's always negative. Look at that shirt. It says nope.
Yeah. He's my little.
Yeah, so am I going to respect Venkman? Nope.
Not today.
It says not today. I didn't see the nope.
I've got another one that says nope, not tomorrow.
Yeah, V's like my little brother, so it's like I can tease him and he can tease me, but don't nobody tease him.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Brain's like my dad. Wait, Grandpa. Sorry.
Whoa!
You're earning respect for that age.
Whoa! Watch
Trusty's closer to being my dad's age.
We're 3 years apart.
I like him better.
Oh!
And remember, kids, Thursday is Eric's birthday.
Is it Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Thursday.
Well, somebody choice.
That's we're not
On the
gonna celebrate
retrospective?
that once.
On the Thursday night retrospective this Thursday, The Amazing Spider-Man and a birthday celebration for Eric Green.
Yep.
We'll go all the way through
Yeah, and Palpatine
into
should be
Saturday. He's having a birthday weekend.
Palpatine should be back in time to give
Wow.
Eric his famous catchphrase.
Yes, in the words of Palpatine, eat hot death brain. Good night, kids.
For my birthday, I get to read It's America Chavez.
Yes. And
All
to
right, we've been
Okay.
going for too long. For those, if you're just getting to this part, rewind 20 minutes ago, and that's when we end this, and then you could end this too.
Yes. And to all the true believers out there, thank you very, very much for watching.
Good night, kids.